Hey there, it's John with Recovery Life Now. Today, we are going to be talking about the opposite of addiction. What is the opposite of addiction? What is kind of the antidote for addiction and for any addiction really, but especially for pornography and sex addiction? What helps us to really overcome it and be strong against it? And the answer to that is relationship. Relationship is the opposite of addiction. And I want you to kind of let that sink in for a second because um, oftentimes we think of, do I need medication? Do I need this? Do I need that? And maybe there are some other things that can really help you in that process. But the big thing that most people are missing in their life is relationship. Now, when I said relationship is the key to overcoming addiction and especially porn and sex addiction, like I'm curious, what are your first thoughts? If you want, go ahead and throw some comments down. Let me know what are the things that are popping up for you? What are the questions you have that come up with that? So, um, for many people, they will immediately think, oh, that means I need to lean on my wife more. I need more sex. I need more in my relationship with my wife. I need to go after her more, whatever. She needs to be there for me, whatever. That is absolutely not where we're going with this because it's actually relationship with other men that empowers us to overcome our addiction. I know that's kind of revolutionary. It's kind of maybe crazy for you to think about, like, how is relationship with a bunch of dudes actually going to help cure my addiction challenges? How's it going to help me? And the reality is, we were all made to be with people, to be with a community of men, a community of people. And I mean, I think about back in the day when I lived in China, a lot of times the dudes would gather around drinking tea, hiking their shirts up over their bellies. So their bellies are sticking out and they're sitting there chit chatting, maybe a cigarette, maybe not, whatever, but they're having community of men. And the reality is men make men. And it's important in our lives that we have men around us because when we have a community of men, we feel stronger. We feel more whole in who we are, and we feel less needy towards our partner to fill that void that she can really never fill. And so I'm curious, like, how does that hit you? What are your thoughts? Are you thinking, man, John, you're crazy? Maybe you are thinking that, and I invite you to share that. But I want to ask you a few questions today about that. So one is, who are your closest friends and how many do you have? Like, if you had something really terrible happen to you, you got diagnosed with cancer, you lost your job, who are the first five people, five men in particular, that you would tell? Maybe jot down their names, and you might think about giving them a call and telling them, thanks for being my friend and for being there for me, and continue to keep that connection alive, because that right there, if a guy has 4 or 5 people that he can call and he's close friends with, man, that is absolutely gold. And most of us who struggle with addiction will probably, if we're honest, would admit, you know what? I don't have a lot of good friends that are men. People that I can share my heart with, that if I started crying in front of them, they could handle it. And they could listen to me and they could walk with me through whatever I'm going through, whether it's loss of a job, loss of a family member, loss of whatever. The other question is, how deep are my friendships with men? A lot of us maybe we have a lot of shallow friends that we talk sports with, we talk this, we talk that, but we talk job, we talk shop, but we don't talk heart. And the reality is, addiction stems from within. It's from our heart. It's a longing. We are longing for relationship. And oftentimes it comes out in weird ways because it's not, those needs aren't getting met in healthy ways with good friends. My third question for you is what keeps you from having better friendships? What keeps you away from men? Probably for most of us, it's that we have had bad experiences with them. We've not found good, safe people to be friends with. And that's a really important key, because having good friends that are safe, and being a safe friend is an important part of that, but having other men that can keep a confidence, that can, that if you did get angry, you did start to cry, you did start to show emotion, that they're not freaked out about it. And I love that about the men that I gather with, because the men that I gather with, they know the depths of my story. They've seen me bawling, and they've seen me on top of the mountain. And so I want to invite you to, consider that. Consider, where are my friendships? Where are my relationships at? If this has added any value for you, I hope that you'll hit the like and subscribe buttons, and leave me some comments. What are some thoughts that you have as I say that? I would love to hear from you. What are some questions that come up for you? How do you find friends like this is a great question to ask. And one of the ways that we serve people is by creating groups of guys that are struggling with similar addictions, that can come together and really begin to share their hearts. And so if that's something you're interested in, hit the link in the description. Find us on recoverylifenow.com and get connected, get into a group, because the reality is, get into one of those groups where other men like you are going through some heavy things, and they need you just as much as you need them. And so we're waiting for you. I hope that you'll connect. Reach out to us, recoverylifenow.com. Look forward to hearing from you.